Hey, beautiful people. Hope you all are doing very well today. Welcome back to the Young and Independent Show, where we discuss a variety of topics to help young folks live lives that are spiritually fulfilled, lives that are value added, lives that are less materialistic, and lives that are financially independent. I'm your host, Sil, and today I want us to talk about change, right? So change is something that is constant, be it for the good or for the bad. I personally, I'm not trying to condemn anyone here, but I personally believe that everything that happens to us is not our making, but how we react to it is our making, is our choice, is our decision. We were born, in countries where there's either privilege or no privilege at all. People are born in countries where there's war, and others are born in countries where there's peace. That's just what it is. But there are people who are born in countries where there is war and who are happier than people who are born in countries where there is peace, for some strange reason. So I've been listening to an audiobook called How to Unearth Yourself. And he was basically saying, the author of the book was basically saying that what happens to us in our lives is what we decide to allow. The things that happen to us in our lives impact us, how we decide to allow it impact us. So a lot of people back home in my native country, Cameroon, complain. Especially young people. Oh my God, come and see the complaints list. It's like a novel. People complain about absolutely everything. But what I've realized is that people are not willing to put in the work. People are not willing to. When I was a finance manager for a Danish multinational back home, I was looking at some point for an accountant to work in my department because at the time I was swamped with work and I needed help. And I was really shocked that despite the fact that people are complaining that there's no work and that, life is hard, I just couldn't find an accountant. I mean, there are people who graduate every single day from school, right? Every single year, not every single day. Every single year, people graduate from university with accounting degrees, with degrees in commercial studies. But I was looking around me and asking myself, where are all these people who are going around complaining that they're forced to ride motorbikes or lift bricks or become roadside vendors because there's no work in offices? I was looking, I couldn't find. I looked for an accountant for like 2 months. And this was to work for a Danish multinational, a really good salary, a really nice work environment. But I couldn't find. Those who came for interviews, they were not prepared at all. Absolutely no preparation, you can tell. You ask them questions in French, their French is horrible. You ask them in English, their English is so bad. And you're like, are you Francophone or Anglophone? Which one are you? If you're Anglophone, I expect you to speak really good English. Not because, English is, or not because I was too demanding, but you should own something, right? You should own something. And that's the problem with people back home. People back home and people in Africa in general complain a lot, but they're not really, in my opinion, I may be wrong, but I left Africa not too long ago. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not stating them as facts, but I'm saying in my personal opinion, based on my observations and even within my own family, we may have all experienced the death of our father, but our outcomes are completely different. Not because I'm too fantastic, but because I made a conscious decision that I wanted to succeed. And every step that I took was informed by that goal, that objective, that decision that I had made. I decided that I will succeed. And the reason why I was so passionate about my success, and the reason why I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I've got to make it in life, was because of what I was exposed to after the death of my father. I know how terrible life can be when you're not in an economically powerful situation or position. I know it is horrendous. It is. And I never wanted to live that life. I hated for people to tell me what to do. I hate it until today. Maybe that's why I keep working. People, I don't care what anyone has to say. It's my decision and it's my I'm willing to face the consequences, right? Whatever it is that you do, be willing to face the consequences. If you choose to watch TV over listening to a podcast that can add value to your life, face poverty when poverty comes knocking at your door. If you choose to be studying while your friends are in nightclubs dancing, accept your success when it comes. Don't shy away from it and don't make people feel like some people used to call me Mary Book when I was back in school. I didn't care. I said, who cares? Did I come here for you? No. Did I come here for you? No. So am I living your life for you? Am I making your choices for you? No. So, your opinion is not counted. Doesn't matter. I don't care. I really don't care. Someone said that the moment when you decide that other people's opinions have absolutely nothing to do with you, then you start to live a truly happy life. So this young and independent WhatsApp group, which a young man called Fritz put together, he messaged me in my inbox and he said, "Ma'am, I've been seeing your post and I'm studying IT. I want to learn, and I'll really appreciate for you to teach me." And I said, "Oh my goodness, this is, I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to get to know you." And after talking to him, he said, "Oh my God, my friends need to hear this. I'm going to create a WhatsApp group, put people together." And in 24 hours, he put more than 100 people together on this WhatsApp group. Now, there's something about life. Many are called and few are chosen. Many, many, many people are called, but very few people are chosen, even biblically. So some people may have joined the group as 100, but at the end of the day, out of that 100, maybe 20 people will succeed, will go on to become wealthy. And these 20 people are the people who make the conscious decision to say every single thing that still sends to this group, I will take seriously. I will do my homework. I will do my own research. I will put the information that I have soaked in to practice for my life, in my life. Those are the people who will succeed. People go to school every day. Not everyone passes the exams. Because when you go to school, you go and learn. You're expected to go home and put in the work. That's why it's called homework. If you don't study, you will not pass exams. You want to become successful? Study success. Study those who have made it. Nothing is new under the sun. Absolutely nothing. Nothing. That's what I've come to learn. I started last year, July. I decided that I wanted to start blogging and podcasting. I never knew anything about blogging. In fact, it was a whole new world to me, which is the case for so many people back home in Africa. Really, and that's why I started this project, because I just want to share all this knowledge with everyone. How people can really maximize it. So many people live on this earth, but for their tombstones, no one remembers them. They don't live a life of impact, not because they really wanted it, but because they had no information. People say ignorance is bliss, but ignorance is actually deadly. Ignorance is stupidity. Is it really bliss? I wonder. The kind of things that I was ignorant to when I was back home in Cameroon make me kick myself in the foot. And that's why I want to take this message back to say to my brothers and sisters in Africa and in Cameroon that you don't have to have traveled. You don't have to waste all your years, especially young people. You don't have to waste all your years and get to a certain age where you feel so stupid and backward. You can actually start, or you can put your foot forward, your best foot forward. You can get ahead Because I have been there and I'm coming back to say, give me a hand. Denzel Washington said, when you go up, reach down. That's what I'm trying to do. I am trying to reach down, not because I'm too fantastic, but because I've been exposed or I'm privy to information that I know most people back home don't have. And mind you that I was a serious person back home, right? But this information that I am bringing back is the things that I learned in less than a year, like 6 months within COVID-19 time. What I have learned, I'm like, why didn't anyone at all tell me all these things about investing in stocks, about portfolio income, passive income, about podcasting, about Fiverr, Upwork, freelancer? Why didn't anyone tell me that just by sharing my opinion with other people, I can get paid? Why didn't anyone tell me? And that's why I've decided to be the bearer of the good news. To say to my people, come over here, there's honey here. Come and milk it. Come and get it. Again, many are called, but few are chosen. You can take a horse to the stream, but never can you force it to drink water. I really hope that young people understand that their future, their success is in their hands. The Bible says that God crowns. He crowns effort. Keyword effort. Underline it. He crowns effort. If you make no effort, there's nothing to be crowned. Nothing. But when you make efforts, you trust in God, He will bless you. And even the Bible says that there's no food for a lazy man. You have to plant in order to harvest. Time for everything, the book of Ecclesiastes. A time to plant and a time to harvest. This is the time as young people to put in the work so that tomorrow you will live the life that other people who didn't put in the work cannot live. Choose today to be uncomfortable, to do the things that other people won't do so that you can live the life that other people will not live. Not everyone aspires to be wealthy. If you aspire to be wealthy, if you aspire to be comfortable, if you aspire to be able to send your kids to good schools, if you aspire to be able to run medical checks every year, if you aspire to be able to live in a comfortable home, if you aspire to be able to become a charity or a philanthropist, a charitable person in your society, if you aspire to have a life of impact, then you have to put in the work. Putting in the work means becoming uncomfortable. It's not easy to have that life. That's why so many people don't have it. If information alone, like they say, information is wealth, then everyone will be stinking rich and happy. But that's not true. Once you have the information, it becomes wealth when you apply it to your life in the right way, so that it can impact your life and change your life and steer your life towards the right direction. We have to be stewards of our resources. To whom more is given, more is expected. As young people, God has given you health, strength, wisdom. He has given you a brain that is fully functional, 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 legs, a mouth to speak, voice, vocal. You have your vocal cord, which you can talk, express yourself. You can learn new skills. You can work. You can walk. More has been given to you. There are people who are born without legs, without hands. There are people who are born blind. There are people who are born deaf. But you have everything. More is expected of you. Go ahead and give your best. Because all that you can do is all that you can do. And all that you can do is enough. But make sure you do all that you can do. I can create a WhatsApp group. I can create Facebook. I can create Instagram and share all this fantastic information and this good news with you. These articles, if you care, you read them. You care, you don't read them. I am doing my own part, right? I am giving back. And the Bible says that God blesses us so that we can be a blessing. And the more we bless others, the more He blesses us. I am getting my blessings. If you don't want to get the blessing that I'm giving to you through the knowledge that I'm sharing with you, it's up to you. But I'm doing my own part. I am doing my own part and keeping my own part of the bargain with my Creator. You can be on these WhatsApp groups and be silent and all, and not read any article or not listen to any podcast. It's on you. It's on you. Your choices, you face your consequences. That's why I decided not to give money back to people at home, because they are lazy. They don't want to put in the work. People would rather go and watch comedy. People would rather go and comment on nude photos and stuff like that, rather than use that time to read a book, to learn a new skill. I created my website 24 hours after studying how to create a website on a free course on Google. When you have data, what do you do with your data? When you have time, when you have a free minute, what do you do? Do you know what I do? Let me tell you what I do. When I've got free time, I go on I read financial news. I read how people are making it in life. Those are the things that I soak in. I don't have time for frivolities. I don't have time to waste around. I'm young, and this is the time to plant. Not when I'm old. When I'm old, I won't have the energy to plant. I want to be able to pay people to look after me when I'm old. If my kids care, they don't. That's why I'm working hard now. I want to be able to go on holidays, travel the world. I want to live a good life. Eat food from my garden, because I have a lot of land where I can plant organic food. I want to be able to go to the doctors every year and do a checkup. Not that I have to squeeze money here and there. I'm feeling pain. I go to Musa behind and buy a medication from a kiosk. No, I don't want to do that. I want to live a comfortable and long, healthy life. I want to be able to have a personal coach who comes and teaches me how to exercise for my heart, for my joints, so that I can live a long and happy life. What do you want? That's the question. Whatever you want, make the choices that align with what you want for your life. If you want to succeed, I'm telling you that success is not easy. Success takes hard work, persistence, late nights, rejection, sacrifices, discipline, criticism, doubts, failure, and risks. That's what it takes to succeed. It's not served on a platter of gold. If you're on this platform and you want to learn, you want to change your life, do your homework. If you're asked to read, read. Read and be willing to soak in the information. Of what use is it to you? It's a shoe, it's a sport shoes to you, or trainers. If you don't go running, what's the use? If you're on this WhatsApp group and you're not willing to put in the work, this is not the place for you. There's no need for you to fool yourself. There's no need. Because at the end of the day, those who study and those who don't study, it is very clear and evident. It is. So you're fooling yourself. But who cares? Who really cares? No one, because you will face your own reality, while the people who are putting in the work will face their success. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I'm so proud of all those who have put in the work and who are willing to change their lives. That's the only way that Africa is going to change. Nobody's going to create jobs for you to work at. Nobody. You create your own job by doing what? Learning new skills, learning new ways to make money, learning new ways to employ yourself and employ other people. The generation behind us is looking at us. They're looking at you. Where are they going to work? Are you going to be a creator? Are you going to be a leader? Or are you going to waste all your years waiting to follow, waiting to be employed in someone else's company, when in effect you can create your own and employ people, younger people coming after you? What are you going to do? I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave it here. Many are called, but few are chosen. Are you going to be amongst the few who are chosen? Or are you going to be like the 9 foolish virgins? You decide. The onus is on you. I wish you all the best. I really wish for more Africans to succeed. I really, really wish for us to put play behind us and take work seriously, because that's the only way that we're going to get out of this, hamster wheel and generational poverty and all these names that people call Africans. That's the only way that we're going to rise above all these criticisms. That's the only way that we're going to salvage the image of our continent. I love Africa so much, and I'm giving back to my community. God bless. Until next time, do take care. Bye-bye.